Okay, so here we go. We're going to look at the pH, or the oxidation reduction potential. Sorry, we're going to come to pH later. So Aquafina, the #1 selling water in America. I can't see my number. Garrett, what's my number? Can you tell me?
8, going down from 870, but
yeah, positive.
850 right.
Okay, listen, y'all. The numbers are going to fluctuate some. You'll see what I mean. But we're 800 positive, right? So with Aquafina, and it's going to start to settle a little bit as we go. Excuse me, with Dasani. That's Dasani. We're going to Aquafina, the #2 selling water in America. And again, the numbers are going to fluctuate a little bit as we're moving here. What kind of number do I have on that, Garrett?
Sitting at, not sitting, but 770.
770-ish positive still. So we're at 776, 775. We're still really far positive. How about smart water? Supposed to be really smart. It can be in the health food section of stores. What kind of number do I have, Garrett, on my smart water?
Headed down towards 600.
Okay, so we're getting closer to 600s. Yeah, we're 590. We'll leave it here a second and see what we get, because it is supposed to be smart water, so it should absolutely be an antioxidant if it's going to be smart for me to drink it. What kind of number am I at now?
Turn it towards me just a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
550, still going down.
Still moving down. Okay.
Hanging out.
540-ish, 539. We'll give it another minute. I'll give it another stir. We'll see how low it can go. Remember, the bigger the positive number, the more damaging this is to my cells. What kind of number?
550.
Okay, so somewhere in the 500 range, okay? You'll see what I mean when I get to the other waters, how fast it can go. Now, this one says that it's an antioxidant, this Essentia, this pH, ionized, alkaline, antioxidant water, so it tells me. What kind of number, Garrett?
475, 470.
Okay, so we'll give it a minute and we'll see how much it'll go down. So how fast should this go down? Well, you're going to see when I get to the Kangen water, the real ionized alkaline water, you're going to see how fast this thing goes to negative and what a difference that can make. So we're around 450 and kind of hanging, pretty slow moving at this point, 1 point at a time. We're never going to get anywhere close to 0, which would not be either negative to my body, oxidizing, or antioxidant if we had a 0. What's my LaCroix?
In the high 600s right
So it's going back up. So the
670s.
okay, so the LaCroix water now is actually climbing back into the high 600s. We're at 665, 662. So now we're going to go to vitamin water. Now this should immediately go negative, y'all, because that tells me all the antioxidants that are in this right on the front. It tells me it has vitamin A, C, E, zinc, whatever else I told you, B5, B6. I mean, it's got all these antioxidants in it. What kind of number do I have?
260s.
260, so it is better, right? It has gone down. We're at 261 or so right now, so we're going to give it another little bit. Again, you'll see what I mean as to how quick this stuff should go down as we move. Okay, there you go. All right, what kind of number do I have now?
250 and holding.
250, but now we're kind of stopped and we're holding. So is this really an antioxidant if it's 250 positive? Because it tells me excellent source of antioxidants, C, B5, B6, A, E, and zinc electrolytes. So 243, we're kind of holding. You can see that it's really not an antioxidant at all. How about our Sprite? Well, let's see what happens with our Sprite. And you know, of course, there's no fructose or high fructose corn syrup in these drinks. There's no sugar in them or artificial sweeteners, right? There's no phosphoric acid, which is going to be important when we get to the pH of these things. What kind of number, Garrett?
380 climbing.
380, and we're climbing back up, so you get the point. Obviously very oxidizing to our body. Now we're going to go to Propel. It's another electrolyte water. It should be very healthy for me, or so that's what they tell me. What kind of number, Garrett?
315.
315, going down some, so we'll give it a minute as we're going here. We'll see what happens to our Propel and see where it really starts to slow down. 1 or 2 numbers at a time means that we're kind of where we're going to be.
Yeah, it's holding at 308.
holding around 300, 308. Okay, now Gatorade. Now I think I've mentioned this, but I went to Chapel Hill to pharmacy school. My wife went to Chapel Hill to pharmacy school. We're huge Carolina basketball fans. Michael Jordan says drink Gatorade. It is healthy for me. What do you think? What's my number, Garrett?
At 410 and climbing.
410 and climbing. So how healthy is Gatorade? If I'm out exercising really hard, that is creating oxidation in and of itself. Now I'm going to put in these different waters, drinks, vitamin water, Essentia water, Smart Water, Aquafina, Dasani, Propel, even Gatorade, and it's creating more oxidation, so more damage. Where is it now, Garrett?
419.
419. So you can kind of see where that's going to hold. Now, listen, here's what I tell everybody. You can choose to drink things and eat things that create severe oxidation, or you can choose to eat and drink things that create really good antioxidant potential in your body. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at Kangen water, 9.5 pH. That's what we recommend you drink. That's what I have everybody drink. And we're going to see how fast and what kind of changes we get on our oxidation reduction potential meter. All right, so we have Kangen water made from our machine upstairs, 9.5, and through the magic of teleportation, it's sitting in front of LaCroix. So Garrett's going to pour some of that, and we're going to see what happens, and I want y'all to watch the meter when I do this and see what happens to the antioxidant potential on our ORP meter. Okay, so here we go. Garrett, you ready? Am I on the camera? Good? Nicely. All right, there is my Kangen water, 9.5. What's my number?
Negative 815 and holding about right there.
Okay, so you see how fast that went down and how I know from doing this that the others are never going to get there? So remember, the bigger the negative number, the more antioxidant value. This is negative 800. These were positive 4, 5, 6, even 250 on some of the better ones, right? So think of the difference this can make in somebody's health. It can burn fat. It can enter the cells more effectively. It increases oxygen, and it's a powerful antioxidant. It's a no-brainer for people. It's one of the biggest things that I do. It's one of my 5 pillars in my OptiURX program. Now we're going to look at the pH of these different drinks, and we're going to talk about why pH is important. And all of you, I think, again, being pharmacy students, understand the difference in the pH of 0 to 6.9, okay, or 6.99, I guess, is acidic. 7.0 is neutral. 7.1 to 14 is alkaline, right? And why is that important? Well, let's think about this. What should the pH of the blood be? Somebody answer me. I obviously won't hear you since I'm on camera. But if anybody said, and say it out loud, what you think it should be. If anybody said 7.365 to 7.45, you would be exactly correct. At 7.0, life is probably not existent anymore. So if the pH of the blood gets to 7.0, which is neutral, from 7.365 to 7.45, which is slightly alkaline, the body is not going to survive. And the body is designed to survive in the moment no matter how bad things get. So here's what the body will do. It will take whatever is necessary when we take in acidic things to try to steal minerals, which are alkaline, from our bones and our joints to create that pH that the blood needs and that the tissues need in order to be healthy. So let's see, just using pH drops. Okay, Garrett's going to drop some white paper behind so you can really see. So as Garrett's doing this, I want you to think if the pH of the blood has to stay alkaline, what will the body do? How does it work? Well, it's going to steal those minerals from our bones and our joints. It's called calcium monophosphate, to be exact, is one of the major things that will be stolen from the bones and the joints in order to help keep the body and the blood and the tissues alkaline. So Dasani, it's probably somewhere about a 4.5 pH. Can we get them a chart so they can see?
Yeah, I'll pop it up.
Okay. So Aquafina will be next. Let's see what happens with Aquafina. Again, going to be slightly acidic, probably around a 4 to a 5 with the Dasani and the Aquafina. How about the Smart Water, Garrett? Let's see what the Smart Water does. What kind of color did I get there?
Bright blue.
Okay, so bright blue. So Smart Water actually is
Purple, actually.
pretty alkaline, okay? But remember, it was oxidizing. So even though it's alkaline, how did they get it there? It makes a difference. Essentia, now it says it's antioxidant 9.5 water. It should be purple. Is it purple?
Very.
Okay, so it's definitely 9.5. We'll give them that. But was it an antioxidant or was it plus 200 or 300? I don't remember. But certainly not our 850 negative we had on Kangen, right? Now let's look at some very interesting ones. Let's look at LaCroix. Let's see the pH of LaCroix. It should be kind of orange yellowish,
Yes.
about a 2.5. How about vitamin water?
Sure.
We're good on the, everybody seeing that?
I just want to make sure the purple wasn't shining.
Okay. How about vitamin water? We're going to be another about a 2.5 to a 3, somewhere in there.
Very orange.
Very orange, right. How about our Sprite? We're going to be another 2.5. So now, what happens when I drink that Sprite with phosphoric acid? So you know it's going to be acidic, right? You know the LaCroix is going to be acidic because how else do they make sparkling water? It's got to be acidic. 2.5 pH is about 50,000 times more acidic than our blood should be. So what's the body doing? Stealing minerals from the bones and the joints. And so osteoporosis and osteopenia, here we come. All right? Joint disease, osteoarthritis, here we come. All right, how about our Propel, Garrett? What kind of color do I get on my Propel when we put it in our electrolyte water?
It's more orangey, yellow.
Yeah, so another 2.5 to 3. Now, here's the deal, y'all. If it's really electrolyte water, and electrolytes are minerals, and minerals are alkaline, what do you think? How could it be that acidic? Now, let's go to Gatorade. We know it's supposed to have electrolytes in it, right? Well, let's see how many we think we have when we see that it's about a 2.5 to a 3 again. 50,000 times more acidic than the blood should be. So again, I'm out exercising, which is creating oxidation, which is building up lactic and pyruvic acid. And they tell me to drink more Gatorade so that I can build up more of this acid as I create more oxidation. It's a disaster for people's health over time. Now let's look at our Kangen water. This will very quickly turn purple. It will be your 9.5 color, just like we've seen with the Smart Water and Essentia. We're going to be very alkaline. And alkaline, when we can put in something that makes up 70% or more of our body that is alkaline, it then preserves our minerals. And it's an antioxidant, and it's helping to burn fat, and it's bringing in more oxygen. It is a win for everybody's health, period. And there's research that says it helps the islet cells of the pancreas work more efficiently. So how can we lose by just changing the water we drink? How can we lose when we recommend a patient drink the world's healthiest water made from a medical device in Japan? So this is something that I hope you can see, and you can see the colors, you can see the difference. You've seen the oxidation potential versus the antioxidant potential. This water is a no-brainer, and again, one of the reasons that is one of the 5 pillars of the OptiURX program. So now I'm gonna do one more little demonstration to show you how powerful of an antioxidant this water is. You've seen it on the meter, but now I want to put it into play for you. If Garrett will be moving some of this, I'm going to set up and do another little demo for you on oxidation. All right, so I'm going to do another little demonstration to show you the power of this antioxidant that I like to do for folks when I do my water class so that they can really see it. We've looked at it on the oxidation reduction potential meter. But I'm going to use an oxidant, betadine, povidone iodine, which as pharmacy students, hopefully you understand that that is an oxidant and can kill bacteria. We use it like as a pre-surgical scrub, sometimes after surgery for packing wounds, or on a gauze for after some kind of cut or something. But the cool thing about the Kangen water medical device is that it makes pHs from 2.5 pH to 11.5 pH, from extremely acidic to extremely alkaline. And 2.5 pH itself is an oxidant, and we use it for lots of things like skin conditions, like skin cancers. burns, cuts, even MRSA, cysts, warts, moles. It is amazing for the skin tags, the things that 2.5 can remove, and it doesn't burn because it's hydrochlorous acid. So it's not a burning type of effect. It just will really help draw out toxins and kill oxidants. So we use 2.5 for a lot of different things. We use, and I have over the last 20 plus years, sold hundreds, probably 300 or 400 machines to people to put in their homes, because people understand how powerful this water is to clean with, to cook with, to use on wounds, to wash their hair with, to water their plants with, to give to their dogs, to their children. It's amazing what all you can do with this. We don't buy any toxic cleaning products in our house because we make our cleaning products with essential oils and different pHs of the water for different kinds of cleaning. So it has so many benefits, but I want to show you what the oxidant povidone iodine looks like when we put it in a glass. I'm just going to put a few drops in each glass, and we're going to see what happens when we pour Essentia water, which is supposed to be, it was alkaline, not just supposed to be alkaline, it was alkaline, remember. But is it an antioxidant? Because the way that we get the way that we come about our ionization really matters. So you can see it didn't really affect my povidone iodine. It didn't affect my betadine. It didn't affect my oxidant. Now I'm going to use some vitamin C, which is one of the most well-known antioxidants in the world. I'm going to put a little vitamin C powder in, and you're going to see how we neutralize the oxidation from the betadine almost immediately. It did turn a little yellow because that vitamin C has a particular yellow color, but you can see how the brown's gone. Now, what happens when I put Kangen 9.5 true antioxidant water minus 850 into my iodine? Where did my iodine go? Where did my dark color go? What happened to my oxidant? So just imagine all the oxidants that are in our body on a daily basis and how powerful something that makes up 70% or more of a healthy adult body can change that oxidation in our bodies and be antioxidant, be anti-aging, anti-disease. It's a whole different process than choosing something that says that it's ionized 9.5 pH water. So I want you to think about that. We're going to do one more test to show the power of how Kangen water can bring the flavors out in things, and how Kangen water truly is a smaller water molecule, and why that matters to put things into the cell that go and to flush things out of the cells and the fat cells that we don't want. All right, now that we've looked at the antioxidant values, we've looked at the pHs, we've looked at how the Kangen water will emulsify fat, I want to show you one more thing of how it brings flavor out of things, and how the smaller water molecules will not only dissolve fat, but will make a difference in the flavor of teas and coffees and things. It can certainly make tea and coffee healthier also. So I just have a Lipton green tea bag that I've wet in some tap water here, and I'm going to take it and I'm just going to drip, squeeze a little bit into each one. I'm going to dip it back in the water. I'm going to squeeze a little bit more into each one. All right, now I'm going to show you the power of Kangen water versus our Dasani and our Aquafina. So let's see what happens when I take that little bit of tea out of the tea bag and I add Dasani. I don't get a whole lot of anything, right? It kind of dilutes the tea. Let's see what happens to my green tea with my Aquafina. I dilute my tea. Let's see what happens to the Aquafina with my freshly made 9.5. So if I take, Garrett, can you hand me a white sheet so we can make sure they can see that? You can see the difference that the green tea here is diluted and diluted with Dasani and Aquafina, but with Kangen, the green tea actually comes out. And what I can do is maybe, let's see if I can still make green tea even with the diluted squirts of tea that I had in those two. I can still make green tea even with it diluted, because Kangen water is smaller and it pulls the flavor, and it emulsifies even through the tea. So you can see what happens there. Now, you have the idea that Kangen water is, and this is room temperature, by the way, for all of these. So Kangen water, even at room temperature, will do that. So the idea that Kangen water is not different than other waters at this point, hopefully, is nonsense. Now, you may choose to or not to drink it, and you may recommend it or not, but you know that it makes a difference because it's an antioxidant, it emulsifies fat, it's alkaline, it's ionized the right way, unlike our Essentia and those other waters. It's not in these cheap plastics that are xenoestrogens. So there's so many benefits to it, and there's different pHs that can do different things like cleaning products, skin care, hair care, wound protection, burn protection. I've had diabetics that were going to have their feet, toes, and legs cut off from decubitus ulcers all the way down to the bone. We use the Kangen water, 2.5, to pack it with, and we get them on the OptiURX grass-fed, grass-finished whey protein. We put them on the right vitamin C, and voila, their body can make new skin cells, and they heal that up and avoid amputations. So it's a great thing. It's a great arsenal to help people have optimal health, wellness, and fitness. And now we're going to look at one more demo as we go here, and then we're going to go into our case study. All right, now that we've looked at the pH, we've looked at the antioxidant potential, we've looked at the microclustering, I want to just show you one more thing that I really like to do in a class, because it really puts into perspective what a soft drink can do to us, what that 2.5 pH, 50,000 times more than the pH of the blood should be, what that does to us. And remember, it's not just a soft drink, but it's Gatorade, it's Propel, it's vitamin waters, it's a lot of those things. It was our LaCroix water was even that acidic. And I didn't mention, but Dr. Theodore Baruti wrote a book called Alkalize or Die, where he really went through and researched and shows that almost every disease we can think of has an acidic component to it. So acidity is a place where disease can certainly take place in our body, whereas alkalinity is more of a place for health. So I have a lot of people who come to me and say, hey, can I just drink one soft drink a day, or can I just have a half a sun drop a day, whatever it is. Well, let me put this into context for you. It takes 32 times more 9.5 Kangen water, or 32, not more, 32 equal parts of 9.5 Kangen water to offset, just to get us back to the pH we started of however much soft drink or something 2.5 we drink. So if you want to drink a sun drop that's 16 ounces, you need 32 16-ounce bottles of 9.5 Kangen water just to get us back to the pH where we started. So to kind of show you what that looks like, I like to use this analogy that we're born alkaline and we're born about 90% water. So we come into the world and we have this nice alkaline body. Now, how old does the kid have to be before we say, oh yeah, a little soft drink's good for them? How soon should they start that? Or maybe some Gatorade in a bottle, whatever it is, right? Some Mountain Dew in a bottle. And Sprite is what we're going to use because it's clear. Uh-oh. Don't want it to blow up. We'll go slow. You can see the carbonation's really ready to go in there. I'm going to show you what happens to my nice purple alkaline body when I add just one capful of Sprite. Remember, it's 32-to-1 is the conversion to get me back to the pH where I started. So look at what happened to my nice alkaline body. Now, I hope you can see that, but it's now about 2.5 pH. So one capful of Sprite took this entire pitcher of 9.5 Kangen water and turned it to 2.5, just like that. You saw how quick it happened. So if acidity creates an environment for disease and alkalinity creates environment for health, we need to make sure that we're making better choices on what makes up over 70% or more of our bodies. And remember, Kangen water can be used for much more than just drinking. We use it for all our cooking. We use it for all our cleaning products. We use it for lots of different kinds of skin conditions that I may have mentioned earlier, but skin tags, warts, cysts, cuts, MRSA, cancers, all kinds of uses for the acidic water, the 2.5 hydrochlorous acid. So there's no burning involved. We use it for sunburns. I mean, it's amazing the things that the water externally can do as well as the water internally. And you know, an even greater bonus, 9.5 Kangen water, it tastes really great. It tastes really clean. It tastes really smooth. And I can drink a lot of it while I'm doing CrossFit, while I'm running a marathon, while I'm doing a triathlon, because it is absorbed into the cells more effectively, and I don't have to feel that slushy, heavy feeling from the other waters. So, just some reasons we would want to do it.